What's up, YouTube family? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys my final thoughts and opinions on the Mizuno Alpha made in Japan and whether or not you should buy a pair for yourself considering the hefty price tag that these come with. Alright, so getting into the boots here, one thing to keep in mind is that I do have the AG variation of this boot, which means it's going to run you $40 less than the FG version. The FG version retails for a whopping $320, whereas the AG version is going to run you $280. Still a lot of money for a pair of football boots, but it's closer to the price range of the top end from other top end boots from the most popular brands. So the first thing that I want to talk about is going to be about this upper. So the synthetic upper, as you guys can see, is extremely soft and pliable, and after a session or two max of braking time, the upper just molds to your foot very nicely. Now this upper is extremely thin. It gives you that barefoot feel on the ball, but as you guys can see here, there's this internal cage that's there for structure, but the upper is so thin that that cage almost sticks out of this upper, almost working as a 3D element on there, which gives you this hint of padding when you make contact with the ball, when you receive the ball here, or when you strike the ball here, or with this outside foot, wherever it is on this foot where you're going to make contact with the ball. You do get a hint of padding on there because of that, which for me honestly is the perfect combination of having that barefoot feel on the ball, but with just a tiny bit of padding when you receive the ball, when you strike it. Honestly, it's an amazing experience. After wearing these for a couple of sessions, they are extremely comfortable, and because of that almost pinging sensation that you get because of that, it's very satisfying when you strike the ball with this area or when you make a pass. It just feels really nice. I'm a big fan of this upper. Like I said, it's extremely soft and it molds to your foot almost perfectly. After a session or two, they require very little break-in time. So huge fan of this upper. Alright, so the next thing I want to talk about is going to be about this AG Soleplate here. So before this boot here, I had only tried the AG Soleplate from Nike before, so I didn't really know what to expect. But let me tell you guys, I had no issues with this Soleplate at all. So the studs are evenly distributed around the whole boot, so you get no stud pressure. And when it comes to traction, I felt that these had just the right amount of grip and traction when playing on an artificial grass. I didn't slip once at all. I didn't feel like I was gonna get stuck or that the studs were too long. They're honestly just the right length for artificial grass, and of course them being Carnicle as well gives you all that ability to pivot and move around without you getting stuck or possibly getting injured as well. So this stud pattern I am a big fan of as well. Like I said, I had good traction, and for a speed boot, that's awesome. So good Soleplate all around. So the next thing I want to talk about is going to be about the fit and the comfort of this boot. So I wore this in my usual US size 7 that I wear for any other boot, and the fit and comfort was just perfect, honestly. They did require a session or two of break-in time, but that's to be expected. Usually every boot requires, even if it's just a tiny bit of break-in time. But yeah, with a session or two of break-in time, this upper just finishes molding to your foot exactly to the shape of it, so you have no compression here. It's not hugging your foot super tight or anything like that. If you're a big fan of that, then this might not be the boot for you, because it does have quite a bit of width, and of course the upper is super pliable, so it is gonna stretch out. So yeah, but for me honestly, I prioritize comfort over everything. So because of that, these felt extremely comfortable on my feet. I didn't have to worry about any pain on my foot while I was playing or anything like that. So these definitely get a plus when it comes to comfort and fit as well. The thing I want to talk about is going to be the lockdown of this boot, which is the one area that falls just a little bit short in my opinion, because of how pliable this upper is, how stretchy it is, and how there's almost no structure to it. You do get a little bit of extra room inside of the boot. It doesn't have that traditional speed boot feel that just hugs your foot super tight, like something you would find on the Vapor 15 Elite. If you're more of a fan of this, where you have more of that suffocating feel here on that midfoot, this is probably not going to be the boot for you, because this doesn't have that super lockdown here where you feel it almost keeping your foot in place. This has more of that feel free sensation, which for me is what I preferred. So I don't mind the lack of lockdown in this. Now, that's not to say that the lockdown is bad. It's just not as good as other speed boots. But I will say now, because of the zero glide technology that's in this heel counter and on the insole, it does a really good job of keeping your foot in place and not allowing you to slip at all. If you pair this up with a pair of grip socks, then it's just the perfect combination. So if you are somebody that wants more of that tight fit around this, or you prioritize complete lockdown on the boot, then this might not be for you. If you're more after comfort with some speed boot characteristics, then you're going to be a really big fan of these right here. The last thing that I want to talk about is going to be about the price, of course. So these retail for $280. With taxes, you're looking right around $300, which is a lot of money for a pair of football boots. Now I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I did pick these up on sale. I bought them for $194 with taxes and everything already. And at that price point, let me tell you guys, these are worth every single penny. They are just that good. I am a big fan of what Mizuno did here with this upper construction, with this super lightweight boot here with the AG Soleplate. Really big fan of what they did here. At $194, worth every penny. At $300, that's where it gets hard. Honestly, they're worth it. They're just that good and that comfortable at $300. But if you don't have $300 to spend, I would go for something like the Mercurial Vapor 15 Elite, which is just as good as this. Honestly, these two go head to head with each other. They have a lot of the same characteristics. They're both super lightweight. They're both a one-piece construction. They both have a really nice AG sole plate. They are both super comfortable, but for different reasons. This one's comfortable because of that air zoom unit. This one's comfortable because it gives you that stretchiness and that width to kind of let your foot be free without any restrictions. But they honestly offer almost the same package. Lightweight, super fast, really nice touch on the ball. If you have the money to spend, or if you could pick these up on sale, I would choose this over this. However, if you don't have the $300, or if you can't find these on sale, then I would go for something like this. But by thin margins, guys, let me tell you, by thin margins, these are both extremely, really good. I'm a super big fan of both of these. It's just honestly a lot of matter of preference about money. And I guess the main thing that will separate these two, in my opinion, is just going to be the lockdown. So I feel like this has a more tight fit around this midfoot, giving you that additional lockdown to kind of keep your entire foot in place and not letting it move at all. Whereas this has that more free sensation all over the boot. Is just gonna let your foot move as it wants, which you might like, you might not like. That's the biggest, honestly, the biggest takeaway from this. If money's not an issue, I would pick this. If money is an issue and you prefer more lockdown, then I would go with this. But both excellent football boots. No complaint with either or. Alright guys, so in conclusion, if you have the money to spend on these, or if you could pick them up on sale, I would 100% recommend that you give these a go. my experience with them so far has been absolutely great. I have no complaints about these football boots. They're just super comfortable. The upper is really, really nice, and the touch of the ball is super good as well. So yeah, these are definitely a go. I'm a big fan of everything Mizuno did here, and I'm looking forward to trying some more Mizuno products in the future. But that's gonna go ahead and wrap it up for today's video. I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much. If you found any information on this video helpful, please smash that like button on the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any soccer related content. Thank you guys so much once again, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.